Here are a bunch of quick tips for painting a landscape and getting atmosphere. Here I'm changing a reference photo that I found on canva.com so that the composition will suit this panel. So feel free to change around where things are in a landscape. I'm starting off with the darkest colors, which are in the shadows that are closest to us. Generally, with an atmospheric painting that shows distance, we're going to have darker shadows and darker colors up front, and lighter shadows and lighter colors in the distance. With oil painting, I always want to start with the darkest colors because it's very easy to lighten, but it's not easy to make things darker once they've gotten too light. So I begin with those darker colors and I'm being really intentional in the distance to have the darks in those areas appear lighter than the darks that are close to us. Also notice the way that the colors change with distance. The colors up close are more intense and are warmer. The colors in the distance are a bit more gray. Now that I have a base layer in, it's time to go back and add details. Details should increase closer to us since we can see more clearly. So notice how there are a lot of smaller shapes being added up close and a lot more contrast, a big difference between the darks and the lights. I'm putting in this kind of greenish gray color, which at the moment doesn't make a lot of sense, but I saw it in the reference and I thought this would help increase that feeling of distance because the more earthy colors and the more yellow and orange type of colors that you have up close, the more those grays in the distance will feel like they're receding. Now that the distance is fully established, it's time to add more details like little rocks in the front and to give the sky a little bit more attention. Everything needs to be moving and changing in value, hue, and chroma in the entire painting in order to show depth. And just like the land, the sky is generally darker closer to us or up above, and the clouds have more contrast closer to us, and then there's less contrast and less darks in the distance. I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.